Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Noodle Journey, where I'm going to look at Nongshim's Chapagetti flavor. If you're not familiar with this variety, the internet has told me that this is a Korean take on the black bean sauce dishes that you might see at your local Chinese takeout place. The Korean version of this is called jjajangmyeon, jjajang noodles, and boy do I have a bunch of jjajangmyeon to review from my big cocoyam variety pack. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You see, of all the flavors of Korean noodles that came in that pack that inspired me to start this channel, this black bean sauce type was the kind I was least familiar with, seeing as I've never ordered the Chinese version of this when I order Chinese food. And the Korean version is supposedly even way different from that, having evolved into something else over time. You also may have noticed back in 2019 that the internet really took off with this flavor when the movie Parasite came out, because there's a super popular hack showcased in that movie that combines this with Nongshim's Neoguri spicy seafood flavor and some steak into a single dish called Chapagori or Ramdan. And yeah, I did the hack myself at one point last year, but funny enough, I didn't actually taste the Chapagetti or the Neoguri on its own. There's plenty of people on YouTube who did that hack already, so I don't know if it's something I absolutely need to film, but let me know if you want me to someday, because it will be an excuse to buy steak. However, Nongshim does now sell Chapagori as a bowl product, so maybe that's an easier option if I can find it. So all of this is a long-winded way to say that I don't know what to expect from this flavor on its own, which makes this whole journey worthwhile. Anyway, you can find this in a lot of places online or at your local grocery store. My local Wegmans stocks this, and it's priced about the same as the other non-premium Nongshim products. One more thing before we look at the package contents. I've seen some fair warning on Reddit that the cooking instructions on this package are not the best way to enjoy these noodles, specifically that I shouldn't use as much water as instructed. This should come out having a sauce, not a broth, but in the interest of science and because I actually have another bag of these if this cook goes to shit, I'm going to follow the package instructions and see what happens. Before anyone asks, it's 1100 milligrams of sodium or 48% of your daily allowance in here, which is reasonably average. And here's the package contents. There's our round block of Nongshim noodles. The online product pages for this variety claims that these are spaghetti-style noodles containing egg, but this pack in my hands does not claim to contain egg in the noodles. So I guess we'll see when I taste them if they're any different from the regular Nongshim ramen noodles. They do look the same to me. There's also 3 packages inside. There's a powdered soup base, which is interesting because, again, this is supposed to be a sauce, a vegetable flake packet, and a seasoned vegetable oil. The vegetable flakes are supposed to contain onion and carrot, according to the ingredients. It may surprise you, it surprised me anyway, that this pack is not vegetarian. There is shrimp in here, according to the allergy warnings, so I assume it is dehydrated in the powder. Just FYI. So now let's cook. Okay, so of course I started doing all this and then I realized that the camera was off. But in a pot here I've got 350 milliliters of water, the powdered soup packet, the vegetable packet, and the seasoning oil. And I have not started boiling the water yet because I'm going to give this a stir. And then add the noodles. And then turn on the heat. Once this comes to a boil, we want to cook it for 4 minutes, stirring frequently before we serve. So as you can see, following the instructions on the package has definitely given this a more soup-like consistency than the internet has led me to believe is appropriate for this dish. Might still be good though. It smells pretty nice. Definitely has a very earthy smell. Not a lot of carrot in here, but I do kind of smell carrot, so that's interesting. Let's give this a taste. All right. right, interesting. And let's try some sauce slash soup. Let's talk about the noodles first. I don't believe these are any different than Nongshim's regular noodles. They are nice and thick with a very pleasant chew, and they work very well for this sauce, broth, whatever we're calling it. Nongshim noodles are great. This is no exception. These are an 8 out of 10. Spiciness. I kind of detect a tiny little something in the back. I didn't notice if there was chili pepper listed on the ingredients. You know what? I'm going to go check. Screw it. I'm going to go fish the ingredients out of the trash just to see if my mouth is playing tricks on me. Yep. There we go. Buried way down in the ingredients, red chili pepper. This is the tiniest bit spicy. It's really not incredibly noticeable. And honestly, if I wasn't looking for it for the purposes of this review, I would probably have not even noticed. But it is a tiny bit spicy. I'm actually going to just give it a 1 out of 10 on spice. It's there. If you think things like garlic and onion are spicy, then you're probably going to think this is spicy. It's not that bad. As far as the flavor of this, I can't compare this to Chinese takeout black bean sauce because I've never had that before. So I'm sorry about that. What I will say is that this does have a very pleasant taste, but it's very earthy. When I say earthy, I mean bean-like. You picture soybean or other bean-based products. Obviously, this is a black bean-based product. It's also got some strong oniony flavor, a little root vegetable flavor, I believe, courtesy of these carrots. I've seen people on Reddit complain that this is their least favorite Nongshim product, that they find the taste to be too earthy and off-putting. We've seen earthy and off-putting on this channel before in the form of Lotus Foods white miso soup. That was earthy to the point of tasting like dirt. This is earthy to the point of tasting good. Also on these Reddit posts, I saw one particular poster complain about something that stuck with me, and that's that this is something that a quote-unquote Western palate is not used to eating. And I say that's bullshit. Eat whatever you want. I have a Western palate, but I like Asian food. This tastes pretty good to me. I can't say it tastes like anything I've ever had before, which is cool. I always love tasting new things. So I've already talked about the flavors. I wish the consistency was thicker because I could see this being a better sauce, although it does look like it's thickening up as I'm sitting here chatting about it instead of eating it. This is a tough one. This might not be in your wheelhouse as far as flavors go, but I really like it because it's different to me. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 overall. If this is what I have to look forward to from other Jajangmyeon products, I'm going to be happy with it. I know some of the other ones in my queue are spicy versions of this, some are seafood versions of this. This is cool. I like it, and I will eat it again. All right, so there we go. Nongshim Chapagetti reviewed. I'm going to finish eating this as soon as the camera turns off. If you're at all interested in a black bean style sauce, if you like the Chinese version of this, then I think this is something you should try. I'm very pleasantly surprised. I really like this flavor, and I hope you do too. What other black bean-based products are out there? Have you tried anything like this before? Let me know in the comments, please. And as always, please like and subscribe to continue on this noodle journey with me.